How's it going, everyone, and welcome back. In today's video we're going to be covering the 32nd floor boss fight U-10. For the purpose of this video we'll be using a regular +4 katana, a weapon that is very easily achievable by this point in the game. Now, U-10's hurt box is going to be very different from any other boss that you've fought so far, whereas only her body and the tip of her tail are going to be things that you can actually deal damage to. U-10 will almost always open up the fight with immediately dive kicking, so you can sprint either left or right to avoid this move. Whenever U-10 lands on the ground and does a tail sweep, you can jump right over it and punish it immediately, but you want to try to hit from the front due to her hurt box. She can also bury her tail underneath the ground, which is a move that has pretty bad tracking, so whenever you see this happen, you want to sprint towards the boss and get as much damage in as you possibly can while she's vulnerable. As you can also see, she has a jump like Godo 9's, but her shockwave on her jump is a much smaller hitbox, and also the tracking on it is fairly poor to where you could just sprint away and be perfectly fine. Now this move is her overhead tail strike. She recovers from it fairly quickly, so I wouldn't recommend punishing it unless you're pretty familiar with the fight already. As you've seen a few times in the video already, just simply sprinting left or right away from the dive kicks will get you out of them safely. As you continuously deal damage to U-10, you'll notice her body start to smoke and crackle more and more, and once you've dealt enough damage, she'll eventually fall into a vulnerable state. At that point, you want to hit her with everything that you have in order to finish the fight before she can recover. The move in particular that U-10 has that gives people the most trouble is her beam attack, which we're about to cover. U-10's beam attack can be very intimidating the first time you see it because it comes out extremely fast, but the key to this is not to panic. The tracking on her beam attack is nearly perfect, so you're going to want to wait until the very last moment before it fires to roll and dodge out of the way of it. For the next beam attack, I've slowed the footage down by a bit so you can get a good idea of when to roll. And again, I can't stress enough how important it is to time your roll right when the beam comes out rather than before, because the tracking will catch you if you don't. On a quick closing note, lock-on can be your very best friend if you're having a lot of trouble hitting the tail in this fight. And that's pretty much all there is to fighting U-10. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.